At kaugnay nga po ng issue sa kinakapos na supply ng premium refined sugar, kausap po natin si Ginoong George Barcelon, ang Pangulo ng Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Magandang gabi, sir. Thank you po for joining us.
Mian, magandang gabi.
Thank you, sir, for joining us. Sir, linawin lang po natin kasi, well, klaro naman na may problema tayo sa presyo ng asukal. Umabot ng 110 minsan ng kilo eh. Pero parang iba-ibang narinig namin dun sa supply ng asukal. Ang sabi ni Mr. Manuel Lamata, wala naman daw basehan para sabihin na kapos sa supply. Although mataas ang presyo. Ano po narinig nyo? What do you hear from your colleagues in PCCI? Is there a problem of supply or not?
Yung mga narinig namin, it's really maybe yung problema ngayon, it's hindi masyadong klaro. Okay? Why do I say it's not clear, no? Mga factory, yung mga beverages, ang order naman nila program yun, nakaprograma yun. Ngayon, halimbawa, nag-order sila ng ilang metric tons, ang dumating lang, hindi naman the whole lot that they ordered. Nabawasan, it's less. So, apparently, anecdotally, parang may shortage, di ba? Katulad yung interview nyo kanina sa mga tindahan, sabi na, nag-order sila ng soft drink. Ang dumating, mga 20% lang. So, itong issue nito, na-stress out ni President BBM, na sinabi niya na we have enough sugar to sustain us hanggang September. Okay? And having heard that, I would like to think that he checked on the inventory of our sugar stocks, no? Now, it should carry us through all the way. But one of the concern really is the price of sugar. Masyadong mataas ang presyo ng sugar. And then this is of course a burden to the food processor at saka mga beverage companies.
Sir,
Go ahead. Yes.
sir, pag-usapan natin itong kontrobersyal na kailangan bang mag-import o hindi. Naglabas na po kasi ng abiso yung mga kumpanya ng soft drinks. I think napanood nyo rin po. Nagsasabi silang kapos na talaga sila sa supply nung premium refined sugar. So ito po ba sa tingin nyo, mauuwi talaga o may pangangailangan ba sa pag-i-import na talaga ng asukal?
Sa mga comment ng mga kaibigan ko nasa beverages, sabi nila, talagang gipit na sila by September. By end of August, medyo gipit na sila. So I would think that by September, there's going to be maipiktado yung production nila. They might have to slow down or completely stop.
And for them not to stop producing, we have to import. Is that what you're saying, sir?
That would take up the part wherein the president said that they would study it. We may have to import. The harvesting of our sugar normally comes in the fourth quarter. Now, depending on the harvest quantity, if it's good, if we're not affected anymore by typhoons, maybe the importation can be reduced, or maybe there's no need for importation. But again, this has to be monitored closely because the prices now that we're seeing is causing some inflationary impact. Mataas ang bilihin and the food-related items are going up. Inflation will go up. Alam natin na during the past previous months, yung flour, tumaas ang corn. What happened was, the price of pandesal, either it goes up or it becomes smaller.
Sir, in our discussion earlier with Mr. Manuel Lamata, yung Pangulo ng United Sugar Producers Federation, ang sabi po niya, sir, well, he indicated na yung pagtaas ng presyo ng asukal appears to be a move by certain profiteers who are trying to hoard or to cut the supply to drive the prices up. Ang basis po niya kasi niyan, sabi niya, they have seen no evidence that inventories are down or that production of sugar is done by any significant margin. We're wondering po if you see the same thing or if you have heard the same thing, kung meron pong, if there's any sort of profiteering involved here by some sectors or by some middlemen.
What I see, Ed, is that, of course, from the uh, planter side, the price of urea fertilizer has gone up. No, we know naman because of the war, it went up by about 300%. So their input cost is higher, and of course the product coming out of the sugar mills, no, would be higher. But for comparison, other countries are experiencing the same
Yes,
thing,
sir.
except the sugar price is half of what we are paying.
Yes, sir.
Uh, so that is something that is a big concern, because if the price of sugar is so high for the food processor and also for the beverage company, they would be they would be disadvantaged compared to the foreign products. They will not be as competitive. Ibig sabihin, itong mga beverages of different brands, no, can be imported kasi mura yung cost nila.
Yeah.
So if that were the case, madama yung pabrikan mga gumagamit ng asukal. They have to retrench or completely stop. So it's a concern. I hope the government can deal with this matter on if the supply is there. The next is the price of sugar.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, ang sabi ni Mr. Lamata is this he understands na tataas talaga yung presyo ng sukal, but it shouldn't be as much as it is right now, na pumapalo ng 110. Sabi niya, kung sakali, if you factor in all the other increases in the inputs from fuel to urea, dapat nasa 80 lang yan per kilo. Hindi din papalo dapat ng 100 or 110. And that's by his own computation, and he's in the sugar industry, sir. No, anyway, sir, let me move forward, sir. My last question is this, if you look at the big picture, ano hong itsura natin dito pag magpatuloy itong problemang ito? Are we looking at higher prices of certain commodities, and how will that impact everything else down the line?
Alam mo, Ed, now that the president, no, is looking into the detail, no, and ang pinaka-importante na ginawa ni President BBM is to consult the stakeholders. I think that's very important for him to really get a true picture of the sugar situation. Whether the availability can sustain us up to September. If it can, so we can delay the importations. If it will not, then there's a chance of people profiteering, or it's a market play, no? Supply and demand. If there's a shortage, prices of sugar will go up. So itong sinabi niya na by October, we may have to import 150,000 metric tons of sugar. That being said, they have to make observation or monitoring at the end of August and the first week of September, because ordering this sugar is not instantaneous.
Yes, sir.
It will take the whole logistic probably around 3 weeks to 4 weeks before it arrives.
Okay. Maraming salamat po, Mr. George Barcelon, ang Pangulo ng Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry.